Hi guys. It's September 14, 2015. I'm in Budapest, Hungary. And I've been following up on the news regarding the migrant crisis and Germany's reaction and about-face policies. I mean, it's a 180-degree turn. It just these idiots just lock down their own border after criticizing Hungary for building a fence, after making all sorts of insinuations about Hungary's fence building activities. These idiots, they close down their own border, and it just shows a level of incompetence that is just, to me, is just stunning. To give you guys an update, yesterday 5,300 people, yesterday alone, trying to cross the border with Serbia into Hungary. And it is projected that 30,000 people are going to be trying to cross the border into Serbia by today. They're being ushered in by the Serbians. I mean, thank you guys, thank you. Before Hungary just seals down its border, it's the Hungarian military is already at the border, and the intent is to hermetically seal the border and to keep out all these people who are trying to come into Europe. And once again, Hungary is just a transit country. This is not a very wealthy country. It's it's a country with a long tradition and high culture, but it's not by any means a rich country. It still suffers from the scars of communism. The migrants, the paycheck, the welfare benefit is not as high here as it is in Germany, as it is in Sweden. So these people are just rushing to Sweden by the hundreds of thousands, rushing to Germany by the hundreds of thousands. And this is just direct consequences of policies that are both irresponsible and stupid by some pompous moralists who claim they are great humanitarians when they're really just shooting the future of their own children in the face by doing this, by completely transforming the demographics of their own country for no good reason other than to get some type of high from being, oh, I am so good, I'm such a good person, I'm so morally superior. I mean, these people are just unbelievably asinine, and in taking the position that they're taking, they're just being evil. They're destroying cultures that are thousands of years old. Germany, if you go to Germany and you claim asylum, you get a free apartment, free room and board. You make more money for doing nothing than you make than 90% of the world's population make. 95%. I mean, I don't even know the numbers, but it's a pretty high number. And so there's this mad crush of Muslim and African migrants just going into Germany and going into Sweden, and it's unbelievable. I mean, what Hungary has to put up with. Germany is a terrible neighbor. Well, it has always been a terrible neighbor. Historically, but now it's just again showing its ugly side. And Sweden is also a very, very bad neighbor. These people, I mean, if they were, this is like having a neighbor who just invites all sorts of questionable characters from other neighborhoods to just hang out in a big house. And then just do all sorts of things in that big house. No questions asked. Free drinks, pool, whatever, you name it. And you live next door and you have like a small house, a very modest house, and people are crossing over your lawn and breaking your windows and falling drunk in your lawn, and occasionally going into your living room and grabbing things, and there's just you are powerless to do anything on it, to just build up a fence to try to keep people out, and then your neighbors are like complaining, oh, why are you doing this? Why are you like building up a fence? These are all my guests. Well, your actions are having a consequence on me, a very bad consequence on me. You should be a little bit more considerate, a little bit more intelligent. You're not only ruining your house, you're ruining mine. But, trying to squeeze some sense into a woman with the intellectual caliber as Angela Merkel is difficult. Again, she just realized what she was getting into, and she shut down her own border. After all the welcoming parties and refugees are welcome and sponsoring all these Germans to go over and just cheer on the refugees. I mean, you cheer them on. You're not just cheering the people who are coming into the train station right then and there. You're cheering the people behind them, and the people behind them are millions. And they're gonna bury you, and you're gonna destroy your culture. And Germany is not gonna be anymore. And this idiot, Angela Merkel, has a belated realization of that fact, and it's just a shame. Because it just shows incompetence. She caused this chaos. Her policies are a direct causative factor of this chaos, of this migrant crisis. If she would just tell people, you're not welcome here, don't come. If you want to come, we need to invite you beforehand. You cannot just crash the party. You cannot just crash the gate. You cannot not just show up unannounced and uninvited. And well, so an about face by Germany, she shut down the border. Now she is discussing with her European colleagues her crazy plan of redistributing migrants across Europe, to just kind of like bulk up the absorptive capacity of the continent, so that as many people as possible can make the trajectory from the Middle East and Africa into Europe. I mean, that's the whole point of this of these mandatory quotas, so that these countries such as Poland and Latvia and Hungary just essentially cease to exist and get quickly replaced by failed societies. That's the plan. But we'll see what happens. A lot of resistance. The EU may essentially break up over this. I mean, I really do hope it breaks up, because when Hungary went into the EU, the expectation was, give us tourists, not refugees. Give us scientists and learned men and entrepreneurs. And what do? They send us Arabs and Africans. So we'll wait and see. I mean, this is going to be a very interesting few years. It's going to shake up political liberalism to its core. Bankrupt ideology that has resulted in societies that cannot even protect themselves against invasion, apparently. And a mockery of democracy, where people can just be imported from other countries and thereby permanently alter the democratic result. So we'll wait and see. Again, Angela Merkel, being the stubborn old woman that she is, she has not recognized the evil of her ways. But the turn of events, I mean, the massive crush of migrants in Munich has apparently caused her to at least temporarily reinstitute border controls. My, who would have guessed?